Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world. It's time for another edition of Gridiron Weekly. Joined by my co-hosts, which get better each week. I don't care what anybody says; they get better each week. William, the A Train, he's ready to go. He's got the window closed in case he doesn't like an answer he has. He can jump out and jump back in and redo it. And then we got John, who's got the amazing pennants behind him. He doesn't have the one from his school though, where he drained all those threes against those deaf kids.
No, they're not there.
No, you should put that one.
You're blocking the Leafs.
John. I know. Well, yeah, there you go. It's a mercurial collection there of teams.
If any team I'd block, it'd be Ohio State.
I knew Bill was going to say that.
Yeah.
One of these days, we'll get down to we'll get into John's head and figure out how he has Ohio State, Chicago.
Hey, there's Mr. First Down, the boys. Hey, Mr. First Down. Here's what I want to ask you.
Uh-oh.
Can your Titans? I guess they cannot let the Houston Oilers go. They cannot let them go for some reason. The Houston Oilers live rent-free in the ownership's head. They live rent-free in the ownership's head. You know what? I got another. I think the field down in Tennessee it should be Cracker Barrel Field. I think they should be renaming it Cracker Barrel Field because I'm just gonna say. I was always kind of like a big Steve McNair fan, so I always kind of had a little bit of soft spot in my heart for the Titans. But they look weak. Those uniforms, they look weak.
I like them.
Yeah, they've lost their identity. Like I said, you can't let the Houston Oilers go. Obviously,
it's the powder blue. I love the powder blue.
Wow, quite the attack. Not to be critical or anything.
First down, I love the powder blue. I think it's awesome. And it does.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks like the old Houston Oilers uniforms.
Yeah, don't you think they should get away from that though?
I like the powder blue.
I mean, you don't think that they should get away from that? I mean, don't you think that ship has sailed? I mean,
it's part of their history, though.
Yeah, but I was like basketball when they said. The Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee where there is no oil.
Yeah. If the Steelers had a magenta and purple uniform, they would still rock it.
Yeah, you know? I mean, that wouldn't have been my first choice. That's all I'm saying. You just it just seems to me like that franchise cannot let the Houston Oilers go. They just can't let. They can't do
the Houston Oilers though.
I know that, but it's just you would think. You established a good identity after you were the Tennessee Oilers. You established a good identity in the Titans. You had clean-looking, mean, fierce-looking uniforms. I thought they were badass. And now you go to this. It's just, it's just kind of weak to me.
So I'm sorry. It's also a way to make money.
Yeah, I get.
You know how much money they're going to make off those uniforms? I mean, people love those uniforms.
So your first point, we own them, so they need to let them go, and they are terrific colors. You would be crazy not to use it. I don't know. Just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. At least make the face mask red. If you're gonna go all out, at least make the face mask.
Yeah.
Red.
So. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that looks
that's good. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah. All right, I have for our first topic. I have this.
Sorry,
everybody ready? Here's my visual.
Sorry, I can't see it.
Oh yeah,
can't see it.
Wow.
Can't see it. Waddle. Okay.
Overpaid.
It's like that.
Wow.
It's like when you first set up your gaming system. It's like look. Tell me, can you see this square? Can you see this square? Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Okay, yeah, I can see it now. Okay.
All right, John, you start us off. What are your thoughts on that?
Whoa, a lot. Denver got a lot. Right? I mean, I'm sorry, Miami got a lot for that.
Yeah,
a real lot. A lot more than I expected. I mean, that's a first, a third, and a fourth. Now I know the first is going to be a lower first, right? It's like whatever it is, 30, whatever it might be. I don't know, man. That seemed to be a lot to me. I'm not quite sure if Waddle's a number one, just like I didn't think DJ Moore was a number one. But they're probably in the same boat. I'd probably put them in the same category, kind of, sort of.
With that move, Miami has one player on their roster over 30.
Yeah, and what do they got? $175 million of dead, which is good. They should have even more. I don't know why they just didn't let Tua completely go this year, but
I mean, it's the way they're doing the debt. But I mean, Billy, go ahead, jump in there. Well, we got Mr. First Down says the logo and the jerseys were in the bottom of the barrel for years. No one liked them, and he said, "Billy, you've made his list." I don't know. What
it's a bad list, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Al on the prowl says Waddle's gone. And then Mr. First Down says Miami has to rebuild. You're correct. They definitely have to rebuild.
Yeah.
Waddle's
I hope
on.
I'm not on the bad list, Mr. First. I listen. I'm still kind of got a soft spot in my heart for the Titans. I don't know. The uniforms.
Yeah. Miami definitely has to rebuild. Everybody can agree on that because Miami's they were just, crazy. Although there's more brewing controversy as it comes to free agency and that, but we'll keep going. William, thoughts on Waddle?
Well, I mean, I think it's good for the Broncos. I mean, I don't know. He's kind of fallen off a little bit. We'll see. I mean, it gives Bo Nix another weapon.
It pairs with Cortland Sutton. What do you think of those two wideouts, Cortland Sutton and Jalen Waddle? That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad, but and both of those guys are going to be wanting the ball, which isn't bad either. So, it's it's not a bad, it's not a bad. I mean, what Denver sent a first round pick, number 30, to the Dolphins for the receiver,
and two other picks.
And a third and a fourth. Yeah,
a third and fourth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miami sent the fourth and Waddle.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, not bad. I mean, I don't know. Not too bad.
I think the Dolphins did good.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some picks now.
Yeah.
Al on the prowl says they still have A-Chain. They do right now.
Yeah.
That guy's got mad speed. It's going to be primarily
he does.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do. I mean, the NFL is kind of wonky that way. They got my man Malik Willis, who's been to quarterback rehab, which I think is mandatory for all quarterbacks. Go ahead, John.
I don't understand that though. Now I'm Miami, right? I'm the Dolphins, and I am going to ship out Tua, which is fine. And like I said, I wouldn't have kicked the can. I would have done the whole thing right now. I'd have wanted it all. I'd have dead cap all of it right now. Why that? That's a weird. Now I get it's only 3 years, but
yeah.
I mean, okay, fine. It probably doesn't matter. They're going to have so much eventually, I guess, money under the cap. It won't really make a difference. Maybe that's just the bridge to whatever the real quarterback will be. Because that can't be the real quarterback. That can't be what they're thinking.
I mean, is in excess of $30 million. They're thinking something.
Oh, my God. See, maybe I'll be dead wrong, but I don't see it. Just like, there's sometimes you just don't see it. I don't see it there.
You don't see it as what? Like, you don't see him as being the...
a real starter. Maybe he's just going to stand there and hold on, until they get a real quarterback.
Well, almost like a bridge quarterback. But you pay him that kind of money if he's a bridge. You know what I mean? If he's a bridge. Yeah.
That's what I was wondering, because he should be a bridge. I mean, he hasn't done anything to not be a bridge. What's he?
He hasn't done anything. He's had, he's had 6 starts, I think, total.
Yeah, and I
think he's 3-3. I think.
Yeah,
there's 6 starts.
Either way, he's at 500 above. Alan Prowl says also, I thought before the Tua deal, the Dolphins would be punting in the draft, but not so fast. I don't think they will be.
Yeah,
that's the point. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money to give him. There's no doubt about that. But he did go to quarterback rehab. So there's 4 rehab centers in the country. And he went. I mean, there clearly are. It's Green Bay, Minnesota, L.A., and San Francisco. If you go to one of those rehab centers, I mean, look at the quarterbacks they produce. They produce a Super Bowl.
That's why I think Kyler Murray made the right decision going to Minnesota. Kevin O'Connell.
The other part of that with KOC is that what if Murray fails? That's it for him, right? He goes into rehab, and if he doesn't succeed in rehab, he's done, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
This is going to really. This is. We're going to be able to tell if any of those rumors of that nonsense with the video games is true or not, right? Because Kevin O'Connell, you have to study.
Right.
I mean, he's got God-given athletic ability, but you have to study.
I mean, do you think they may have inflated that whole thing, or do you think that was a real issue?
Really, they had it in his freaking contract. It was written in his contract.
Right.
Which I thought was insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. This will be the telltale. I mean, he's entering rehab. We'll see how he comes out on the other end. But those rehab centers have netted lots of quarterbacks, lots of money. So I mean, those guys know how to coach quarterbacks. They just do.
Yeah.
There's 4 of them. Maybe it'll become, I don't know, maybe Arizona will become one too because they've got one of those guys too. So it'll be interesting. But all right, we're going to keep moving and shaking. Lots and lots and lots of second week free agents, and they fly in again. Like every time we turn around, somebody's signing with somebody. I mean, as far as I'm going to give you guys a chance right now to Billy. I want you to hype your team a little bit. What did you like? What did you not like?
Well, I mean, I like the Pittman signing. I think that you got two legitimate number twos with, with Metcalf and Pittman now. And you really got him for. You didn't really. You got him for next to nothing. I do like Rico Dowdle.
Keep going. He said Kamara might have gone to the Broncos. Hold on.
Okay.
Keep going.
No, I like Rico Dowdle. I mean, I'm kind of a little bit on the fence with Gainwell, but I don't know. I think you're gonna have, I mean, the only thing I can see that you're losing with Gainwell is Gainwell's a little bit younger, and he did catch a ton of balls out of the backfield last year, which Rico Dowdle, does not. But here's the other thing with that: Rico Dowdle, Gainwell really didn't catch a lot of balls out of the backfield with the Eagles, but he comes to Pittsburgh and all of a sudden does. So maybe the same's going to happen for Rico Dowdle. You still don't know who the hell he's going to be throwing you the ball, I thought, I thought that those were good signings. Those are the two of the ones that really stuck out to me. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think pretty much everybody at this point in time, when you really look at it, I think pretty much everybody's really wanting to know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers in this. If you ask me, I think they've personally made some kind of verbal agreement. I would think so. I would like to think that they have. We'll see what happens there. Another thing too. I mean, I liked that they re-signed Asante Samuel to a 1-year, $4 million deal. I like that. I thought I thought he was a corner that you definitely want to keep. Isaac Seumalo in the Cardinals didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
So
we had some comments in there. Alan LaProuse says Dowdle was a decent pickup. Mike Ferry says Willis for that kind of money is silly. He hasn't done anything. Kyle Davis shot back at Mike and said, "Hey man, $45 million's better for 4 years. Not that big of a deal."
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting. $45 million is still $45 million.
Yeah.
For Willis, I don't know. He did go to rehab though, so we'll see if the rehab helped. And
yeah.
Is it general?
But isn't he being set up to fail? Though Willis, I mean, what kind of a team is he going into to play?
Well, they took all his boys away. You're absolutely right. I mean,
that's what I mean. He's just going to get better.
That's the problem. Yeah. I mean, that's the problem that I see is you're taking away all with a guy that probably needs weapons more than anybody. You've just stripped him of all of them.
Yeah.
And that's why he felt to me like the bridge. They're going to draft a quarter. They got to be. There's something else happening. They're got to be in their mind, and he's just there.
Right. Just like Geno Smith going back to the Jets. Yeah, that's a bridge as well. That's I mean.
Also says, if we don't fix our line, meaning if Pittsburgh doesn't fix our line, makes no difference who's throwing the ball. Another great point. Bad O-line. All right, John, hype me up on the Bears because I think the Bears. I like Brisker. That was the only signing I liked to Pittsburgh, Brisker, because they have an actual safety now as opposed to some.
Oh yeah. That was another one too. I missed Halloween. Yeah. And he's a local guy. He's from Gateway, local guy. Played at Penn State.
Yeah.
Coming back home. Yeah, that was a good signing too. I missed that. I meant to say that as well.
A sneaky big loss.
Yeah. I liked him, but he gets hurt. I mean, honestly, there's too many concussions for me. I mean, Brisker, every time he hits somebody, you can ask, I sit here and watch. I'm like, oh, God, I hope he's going to be okay. Because that's why he only signs a 1-year deal. If he wasn't injury prone, it would have been much big. He's that good. I like him a lot. He's great, but he just gets hurt too much. And last year was a great season, though. Take that. Last year, he played them all. Yep. So that's the first time I remember that in a long time. But the concussion stuff was always, I think, in the back of everyone's mind. And I think that's why the Steelers get him like they did.
Yeah.
Now,
you want to keep DJ Moore. You wanted DJ Moore to go. You said that last year.
Yeah.
After the
I was
playoffs.
happy for that.
Yeah.
Going
I was
to the
happy.
Bills. Yeah, going to the Bills. Let's see what what he can do up there.
Who else? What other losses do you didn't like with the Bears?
You know what? Other than honestly, I mean, they lost Brisker. I miss him. I like him a lot, so I like him. CJ Gardner-Johnson, I don't have a problem with. I mean, he just is what he is. He played nickel there. He can play wherever, but I think you only get 1 year out of him. Again, these are all 1 year deals. It's funny how everybody's only getting 1 year deals. There's a reason for that, I think. Nashawn Wright was a great find from Minnesota off the waiver wire. The Jets took him. So, okay, another 1 year, $5 million deal. The toughest thing was Drew Dalman in retirement of the whole thing. But they did get Bradbury from New England, so hopefully that works out. I don't mind Lloyd, the linebacker. He's fast. I mean, I'm sure he'll take over for Tremaine Edmonds.
That's a definite upgrade.
Yeah.
So that's good for them.
We got Kyle Davis chiming in. He has a question for us. Which wide receiver trade do you guys like the most, including age, money owed, and how much it took to trade for? Pittman, Waddle, or DJ Moore?
I think the Waddle trade. I think the Waddle trade on Miami's behalf is a good one for them. I thought the Bears getting a second was. I didn't expect them to get a second round pick. I know it's kind of late, obviously, because it's the Bills pick, but I didn't see that coming. But I think Miami's the one for me. I think Miami made out well getting that many picks for Waddle.
I think Waddle's the best receiver. Waddle, DJ Moore, Pittman. I think Pittman's the third best.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Chicago did themselves fantastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, getting a second for DJ Moore. And then out of the process, huge deal of Fanny has no idea what they're doing. That's a sentiment we've heard a lot around town.
Yeah. I don't know either. Alan O'Prowl. I wish I knew. I wish number one question is the quarterback. I just.
It's just not.
All this stuff that we talk about with them is meaningless if you got nobody that's going to be legitimate. That's going to be a legitimate quarterback. Period.
And John, you think the kid from Missouri you drafted? He's going to step up huge this year.
Oh, Bird. Yeah, Luther Burden. Yeah, he looked good. I think he's on the. He could be their version of. Oh God, why am I forgetting the guy for the Lions, number one receiver?
Oh yeah. Amon-Ra.
Yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I think Burden's going to be absolutely nasty. That guy can play. Big lower body. I mean, that kid can play. I like him a lot. It's just can Rome Odunze be that large frame wide receiver? That's all you're hoping. He's a little slender, but I think that's fantastic for them. I mean,
the injury really to Odunze towards the end there kind of knocked the season out of it. Well, he dropped that big pass against the Rams. I mean, it was right in his hands for a touchdown. It was right there. I mean, he gave it right to Odunze and he dropped it. That's one thing you got to hope gets better, the drops. But
yeah, I mean, that just that's jugs machine concentration.
Yeah.
That's attention to detail. So, but I have to run. I would be going with Denver and Chicago. Woo. That's. I mean, that's not a bad pick at all. I mean, if Chicago,
I still say Denver would have won that game. Bo Nix, they would have won that AFC Championship if Bo Nix didn't get hurt, and I think potentially they could have beaten the Seattle Seahawks.
Well, because Sean Payton knows how to coach. There's no doubt about that at all.
It would have been a lot better game than what you saw in the Super Bowl.
Oh my God!
I think that the Broncos, if it would have been a last possession type of game, and I think if the Broncos had the last possession, they would have been able to get the job done. That's just my opinion.
Alan, have a good night. Thanks for chiming in there, brother.
I don't think he said he had to run. It's early for my prediction, but if I had to, I would be going. I don't think he had to run. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Keep chiming in, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not quite there just yet, but other free agency moves. I mean, there's no real big ones. We still have Kirk Cousins. Billy, where's Kirk Cousins going?
Well, I don't know. I mean, hey, if we've talked about this on our Pittsburgh show. If you wanted me to pick between him and Aaron Rodgers, I'd pick him. I would pick Kirk Cousins. He's younger.
Money,
Yeah, I know he does.
Problem.
But don't they all? But
I mean, he wants like real money, and the Steelers don't have it. So I'm not.
No,
sure.
they don't have it. So and it's listen, Aaron Rodgers is coming back, folks. Okay, he's coming back. He's this is how he always does it. I guarantee he's made a verbal agreement. They did it last year. He knew he was coming there all along. They knew he was coming there all along. It's just it's the charade that he plays it year in and year out, and you just gotta deal with it. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's all but done. It's all but done. But yeah,
where does that? I mean, speaking of, we'll stay on the Steelers for a second. Where does that leave them organizationally wise? Because he's not the quarterback of the future. Patriots need you. Yep.
No, I mean they're just continuing to kick the can down the road. I mean, I really think they're what they're looking at, Ed, is that they want to see. People say about about Will Howard. And these people that are saying, "Oh, you go with Will Howard." I mean, you guys, I don't know what you're thinking. Like, I literally don't know what you're thinking. Like, you're not thinking rationally when you say that. The kid has never had an NFL snap. Okay, he was hurt. Obviously, we all know he was hurt last year. Never got to see any snaps in preseason. And I don't know if they were so high on him, then don't you think they would? I mean, they're not going to make him number one, first of all, not taking an NFL snap. But I really believe they want to see what I think Rodgers signs. Obviously, Rodgers is not even. He's going to be in street clothes every preseason game. I really believe it's going to be Will Howard that's going to get the bulk of the snaps in preseason. And that they want to see what they have in this kid, and again, Rodgers coming back, it's just kicking the can down the road. It's just, it's just a 10-7 season, maybe if they're lucky 11-6, but it's maybe if they're lucky that, they can, McCarthy can do a better coaching job than what Tomlin has done. And maybe they can win a freaking playoff game for once, once.
Alan Prowell's chiming in. Patriots D-line needs help. Obviously, they're run deep.
Yeah.
But they held up a little bit. He likes Sheridan sub. Kyle Davis says, do you think Kirk Cousins is waiting until after the draft so the Atlanta Falcons don't do so the Atlanta mess doesn't happen again? He very well could be.
He very well could be.
Alan the Prowl.
Sheridan subbed. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Alan the Prowl. Thank you.
Art Rooney is the issue. He thinks we are contenders. Art Rooney is going to be the issue until Art Rooney –
Yeah, and I agree with that. Al and the Prowls hits the nail on the head on that. Just what you heard with what Art had said. Oh, well, why would we tank a season when we can? You should make every effort to try and win and do the best you can. He's not going to rebuild. He's already said that he's not going to rebuild. But that.
Go ahead, John.
Are they drafting a quarterback this year? Has that been the
have to?
I mean, I think you have to, but I mean, I don't know, who they're looking at. I mean, you're hearing Ty Simpson. You're getting Nussmeier's not going to be there. So I mean, maybe Ty Simpson is there. I don't know. I mean,
could they? So there'll be no tank unless if Rodgers gets hurt, then I would imagine it'd be tanking time because how would you have no quarter? There'd be no quarterback other than Will Howard. You know what I mean? They may
and what do you do with Mason Rudolph? I think they should trade him. I think they should trade him. I really believe that, and I think they may. They may. We see this every year. Where a quarterback goes down in camp, and right? I mean, we don't see that a lot. You can unload a. I think that could potentially happen.
Let me ask Bill, and then I'm sorry, I can't see who that is in the chat. Steelers fan. Let's talk about Art Rooney. Wow. If they won 5 games, if they literally only won 5 next year, would you guys be? Would you be happy with that? Right? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a better quarterback draft next season. Right. So yeah, I'd be fine with it. I'd be fine with it, but that's just not going to happen. They're not going to do that.
No, I know.
Art Rooney's not going to do that. Period.
Alan LaProuse says, obviously, you have to get younger at quarterback.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And listen, I like Aaron Rodgers. He's a phenomenal quarterback, has had a phenomenal career, but he's 42 and going to be 43. Okay. Yes. Okay. Last year he did, he passed for, he had 3,000 something yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. It's great. It's decent for his age, but this day and age, you've got to go with somebody mobile. If you don't have somebody mobile, you got to at least have somebody that can slide the gap, right? And if you're a pocket passer, you need to at least have somebody that can slide gaps, right, and be able to still make throws. I don't even know that necessarily he could do that. I mean, you look at what he did against that Houston defense in the playoffs. I mean, he was a freaking statue back there, And I mean, what do you?
I mean, they have huge issues on the team. One is a quarterback. It's 1 and 1A. It's quarterback and offensive line. Their offensive line
have problems.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, they have problems.
And and they did get another target, but it's another 30-year-old receiver. And the reason I don't like it is it's kind of the same person. There's no difference between him and DK. It's just
right. I mean, you got 2 number 2s now. You still don't have a number 1.
Right.
You've got 2 legitimate number 2s in Metcalf and Pittman.
Right. I mean, it's if I'm a Steelers fan, that concerns me. Oh, Bill fell off.
Yeah. Can you hear me still?
Oh yeah, we got you.
Okay, I don't know what happened with my camera.
You can see your beautiful face, but we'll keep going. But yeah, Bill, that's the only thing I would be, concerned about for Steelers fans. So as we keep going, I'm going to just throw out some free agents real quick. You guys tell me. I'll give you their age, and you tell me where they're going to go. So first player I have is, we'll start on the defense side of the ball.
Damn it.
I have, let's go with Joey Bosa. John, he's only 30.
Yeah.
Where's he going?
Yeah. There's some teams that need edge rushers. I mean, for sure, defensive ends.
Was Buffalo not happy with him?
Yeah, I don't know. They used him it kind of feels like they used him too much. And then he got at the end, he wore down, he broke down, and then that was pretty much it for him. For some reason, he was over, but also they had so many injuries on their defensive line. I know the rotation was off. So he played way too much. He talks about San Francisco. I know teams that could use him. If he's healthy, the Bears could use him. They need an edge rusher badly.
If they're able to reduce his snaps, right?
Yeah. That's one team that I know. And there's others, obviously, the Bills themselves could use an edge rusher, I think. So.
Yeah, I thought that was a good marriage, and you're right. They were decimated, so they had to go and use other people. Bosa, San Francisco with his brother. I like it, Kyle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's ideal. I mean, for me, he can go anywhere where there's a dominant. Hell, go to Detroit.
Yeah.
Opposite Hutchinson. Billy, what do you think?
Sorry, I was messing around trying to get this camera fixed here. Okay. I might have to come back in and come back out, guys.
Okay.
But let me try to do that, and I think it may fix the camera. So
all right,
go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, John.
Yes.
The other one is why does nobody want Debo? 30 years old. He's healthy. You're not gonna pay him anything at this point. We're going into the third week of next week. He'll be here. It's the third week of free agency. I mean, he's serviceable. He was great in Washington. They just decided to go another route.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where he would. Where does he fit? Do the Chiefs like him? Maybe do they get him cheap? Bring him over for help. Yeah. I know what they did. What they got. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Justin Fields. That was interesting, but they. Yeah, but I was thinking the Chiefs put them, and then I think part of me sometimes I think of Baltimore too, because really I don't like any of the receivers they have there. I don't know, man.
His bubble screens really well.
Yeah, then there's some bad teams that might want to just bring him in to help their quarterback out. But
what about Baker in Tampa Bay? Think he could use him?
Yes, definitely, absolutely. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, he needs help. Mike Evans. Yeah.
All right, let's flip back. We'll go with another edge rusher, Hassan Reddick, 31 years old. I don't think
where was
Bosa. I don't know. If these players, like you said, played the position correctly, which is 10 to 16 snaps a game or something, I think they can be impactful. Yeah.
I know. I mean, I know how bad the Bears need an edge. They need one because I don't know if they can go with Austin Booker along. I like him, but he's too young, and you don't even know what you have. And then with Sweat needs help. Like, God, how much the guy like Reddick? What do you sign him for? Like, what would his?
About
I don't even know.
$4 to $5 million.
Yeah, so it's worth a shot for a year.
Yeah,
or 2. I don't know what he'd want. I'm assuming he wouldn't go more than that.
Yeah, it depends on what he wants. All right, we're going to switch back to the offensive side. David Njoku, tight end, fabulous tight end. No nothing. What's up with that? I mean,
never played with a quarterback. He looks so Oh
what about
man,
the Raiders?
Definitely, yeah. Yes, likely gone. Right? Like they have no tight ends there. No, right? That's just Andrews.
Yeah, that's Baltimore. You're right.
Yeah.
He'd be pretty intense.
There he is. Our guy's back.
All right, I'm back.
They lost likely, so yeah. Billy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. David Njoku, where do you think he goes?
I don't know. Maybe Baltimore.
Yeah.
Maybe Baltimore. What do you guys think? I mean, you lost likely. I think I heard you say that. You lost likely. Mark Andrews is he's been battling a little bit. Miami. That's a good point by Kyle Davis. He's from there, right?
Yeah.
So
he went to you.
Yeah. So,
and he's still in his 20s, so that might fit them because they need something.
Yeah.
They lost Waller. They lost everybody. That'll be an interesting. Right. All right, Billy, that was a beautiful segue. We'll start with the AFC East for the draft preview. Billy, where do the Dolphins go?
Where do the Dolphins go? Well, where do they swim to, huh? Where do they swim to?
Yeah. They're looking right now. They have the 11th pick, and they picked up Denver's, which was the 30th. So they have 11 to 30.
Yeah, I mean they've got a lot. They've got a lot. They've got. I would say probably edge rusher. I would say linebacker. I mean there's they've lost a lot on defense. I think you probably need to look in drafting a quarterback. Yeah. You need a long-term signal caller. We had alluded to Malik Willis. Pardon me. Malik Willis, I believe, is a very expensive bridge quarterback, but I think that's what he is a bridge quarterback. I mean, we'll see. Maybe they know something we don't on him. But
yeah. John, thoughts?
I mean, anything with the lines, I'm sure would be good. Offensive line, defensive line, anything. And I would be surely trying to fix and whatever problems there is with that. I mean, it gets to the point, and I know the feeling with the Bears, how they've been for a long time, where you can't really make a bad pick as long, positionally.
Right.
I mean, there's maybe one, there's some you wouldn't mess with, but you really can't go wrong when you hit rock bottom and you're doing it on purpose.
Yep.
It's kind of good. You can't go wrong. And they shouldn't go wrong. They shouldn't be able, it almost is foolproof sometimes, like them and the Jets, you hope.
Yeah. Yeah. And John, what a segue you got there. Yeah. Where did the Jets go? They sit with the second overall pick. What the hell do they do with that? I mean, ordinarily, if the Jets had a quarterback, they'd be sitting, they'd be like the butcher's dog because they don't need a quarterback. They're second and people are desperate for quarterbacks, but it's not that great of a quarterback year. They need a quarterback. Right. What in the heck do they do with their pick number 2?
I am thinking of trading to get more picks. If I'm done, even more, I would trade back or something. If someone really wants to go up there and do something and get somebody, an edge rusher, whatever it is. I guess the Jets couldn't go wrong doing that, taking Bain or that kind of thing. Again, another team, right? Do whatever. You could almost do anything except take a quarterback there. Right. Just don't take a quarterback at number 2. And I think you're okay. So that's what I think about them.
Billy. The JETS, they suck.
Yeah, I mean, they do. I think they need they need it.
Sorry, we missed some huge comments. Hold that thought real quick. Reddick and Buffalo would be a perfect edge. Kyle Davis says MIA for Miami. Kyle Davis says Caleb Downs for maybe Miami. And then Alan LaProuse said he would not be surprised. Ready for this, folks? He would not be surprised if the Raiders pass on Mendoza.
Me neither.
I would be. That would be earth-shattering. Go ahead, Billy.
Yeah, I mean,
ETS.
I think they should, but all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Billy.
Well, I think they need high-end talent on that offense. It's a very low scoring offense. I would target a top receiver if I was them. That's what I would do.
That's a little high, though, don't you think, for receiver number 2?
Yeah, it's a little high. I think another thing they need to look at is corner. I think they need to upgrade their secondary, which is it's right now currently ranked among the cheapest in the league. And they need to do something because they run a man coverage scheme and they need something to support that man coverage scheme.
They've got
I think
no turnovers.
Yeah, exactly. But Brady could trade back to the Jets spot and tank again this year for Manning. Maybe. I think they're good at tackles, but I think they need help in the interior O line. I think they because they had a lot of free agency departures with the interior offensive line, so I think they definitely need to look at getting that set. Like I said, their tackle positions I think are set, but they need some interior linemen.
Yeah. So Billy, let's move on to the Buffalo Bills. What do you think they need to do? They're picking late,
I think edge rusher. They need a guy that can close. They need a game closer.
Yeah.
They've lost that veteran presence. I like that Romello height. He's a guy that I think would fit good with it there. And then secondly, I think I would look at linebacker for them, and I would look at secondary. They have a kind of an old linebacking core. They need to infuse a little bit of youth in there, and they've lost some defensive backs. They need to replace that as well. So,
John, your home city.
Well, they got safeties, I guess. Geno Stone from the Bengals and C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who can play wherever he wants to play. They still got Cole Bishop, right? They need a guard offensive, on the line because David Edwards is gone. Terrell Bernard's still there, but I think linebacker. There's some linebackers that might be in a good at that pick where they're at. Like C.J. Allen and all these different linebackers names I've heard. I think that's one of their biggest needs right now to me is linebacker, right? Because they really don't have anything.
Milano's not on the team. He's a free agent,
right? Yeah, they don't have.
That's a huge need for them. Well, and his problem was fabulous linebacker. He just hurt too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Every time we turn around, the guy's getting hurt.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the big boys in that division. The Patriots. We know where they pick. Way down at number 31. What do you think, Billy? What do you think they need?
I mean, I think they need a line. I think they need, they need help in pass protection.
Yeah,
definitely. I would say even their defensive front, I think needs a little bit revamping. For sure. Huh?
Alan Prowl says Bills need to move. Seems like they're cursed. That could be true, but they got that brand new stadium. But go ahead, Billy. You say defensive line.
Yeah, I mean, I would look at up front, the defensive front.
Yeah, and there'd definitely be D tackles available at that point.
Yeah,
so that's a great one. And then we have somebody else chiming in who's brand new to the show. RETAL. I'm not going to touch that one, I don't think. Let's go with M6Z. Is new to the show. Hello there. How are you? But anyway, I totally agree with both of you. I mean, the line in there is – but they hit up well. They just needed more – I think they need more weapons on offense. Diggs is not coming back. I think they and they're in one of those coveted positions. Anywhere from 30, 31 – 30, 31, 32. Everybody wants those because that adds that fifth year. Maybe they trade back and get a ton of, get a nice package to trade back.
They got to figure out what's up with Will Campbell. My God. I mean, that offensive line, he got sacked over 60 times. I mean, I know some of it's on him, but my goodness.
Yeah, but the average of the thing was like 3 yards or something.
Right. I'm going to tell you this. They were one team that went further than they should have.
Oh, yeah.
And it just didn't help any because they're not there. They got where they were, but when you really break down how they got there, you can't deny who they played and what they had to go through.
Right.
And it just was nothing. And they were exposed in the Super Bowl.
Well, and that's why I say Bo Nix doesn't get injured. That wouldn't even came into the factor.
Well, the thing is also Drake May is holding on to the ball way too much. That's a lot of the sacks because he's holding on to the ball.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately he's running into sacks as well. So I don't think it's as dire. But didn't Will Campbell have the shorter arms?
Yeah.
He
did. Overrated. Yeah. So that's the thing. In my opinion, Vrabel's overrated. I
don't know that he's overrated. I just think that they don't know.
Yeah, John's right.
They had an easy path. Yeah, they had an easy path. But when I look at it, when I look at the Super Bowl, they made absolutely no offensive adjustments.
None.
I mean, it was the same. They rolled the same offense out there. I mean, God, you had 45 minutes to you could have scrapped the game plan and come up with an entire new game plan in the amount of time you had during halftime. And they made
go to Wildcat. How about the old Delaware?
Yeah, do something. They did nothing. You were seeing the same tight end sets. You were seeing a lot of the same formation. It was like, well, we'll figure it out. It was almost like we'll figure it out. We'll just keep doing the same thing we're doing. We'll figure it out. And they weren't able to do it. We can hold them on defense, and this offense will get going. It didn't happen. They should have made some kind of adjustments because clearly what they were doing wasn't working.
Yeah. Now across Buffalo had a down year. They did. That was their year. They had no Mahomes. They had no Lamar. That was their year to go all the way through. No doubt about it.
Well, and I think it might be this year because I still don't think I still don't think they're going to have to go through Kansas City's still not going to. I don't think they're going to be that much better than what they were last year.
Well, it's the problem then. Mahomes ain't going to be healthy, so
no, he's not.
I mean,
and we know how that year after that injury works.
Yeah.
We
the only exception to that rule is what All Day did. Peterson, he came back and had like 1,800 yards.
Yeah.
The only one I've ever seen.
Only one.
Yeah. He was running for that. He needed his contracts for all that child support.
Right. All right. So we have the ridiculous pro days coming up, and they've had a couple of them, and they've raved about this person, raved about that person. Is Mendoza going to do anything at his pro day that's going to make the Raiders think twice, or make some other team come up and say, "Oh my God, we have to have him"? John,
I don't think so. I mean, he's done it. I mean, what he is what he is, and I think it's a weak year. It's perfect for him and at quarterback because what could he can't do nothing. He can't do anything there.
What if he comes out in an ISIS jersey? That's about all, right?
That's about all. Yes. Yeah. That'd be about it. Yeah.
I can't see anything else. I mean, because you're right. It's a down year quarterback. Billy, what do you think?
No, I mean, I don't think listen, it's that they're going to have that set up to really showcase his talents and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not going to, I mean, you're going to see, I'm sure they're going to be pleased with what they see.
Yeah. Alan Brown made me laugh again. He says, the Commanders need Theismann back.
Yeah.
No. He was a short quarterback. He broke his leg, and he has a leg length discrepancy now. So he's like a pirate. They don't need him back.
It's amazing he started his career off in the CFL.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Mr. Theismann. All right, so next week we'll get into a little bit more college football, and of course we'll hit the pro. We're screaming ahead toward the draft. Before we know it, we're going to have draft talk. We're going to have all the moves. I can't expect. I don't even know. Maybe there'll be another big trade. I was shocked with the Waddle. I mean, starters moving this late. It's odd.
Yeah, AJ Brown's got to go somewhere.
Yeah,
I guess
another one. Yeah, I mean, maybe he goes. I don't. But where can he go though? I mean, he'd be a perfect replacement for Mike Evans in Tampa if Tampa can handle his ego, right? Because I mean, he's used to throwing to a high point catcher, a bigger body. So Baker would love that. You add him and you add another piece that they might be rock and rolling. But we're gonna get into.
Here's a question I have. Here's three guys that remain unsigned right now: Russell Wilson, Garoppolo, and Flacco.
Yeah.
I don't think Flacco signs until September. I really don't. He keeps himself in shape. He goes in September. I think Jimmy Porn stays in LA and becomes an actor. I mean, he's already got the face.
Yeah.
And Russell's going to do something somewhere to get, a gig.
Yeah.
But it's again, what Billy, your first point was the brilliant one in the beginning. Some quarterback's going to go down, right?
Yeah. And hey, I've said it before. I'll say it again. If the Steelers decide to maybe trade Mason Rudolph and you're looking for a good backup,
Flacco,
and you have Rodgers, I would maybe consider signing Flacco. I've said it before. I said it when Ben retired. I said the Steelers should have went out and got Joe Flacco.
Well, if they get Flacco, that would make history. It'd be the oldest quarterback room in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, it would be.
80-some years.
Yeah. I mean, I would even, I would even entertain Garoppolo.
Yeah, Jimmy, he's interesting. When he's healthy, he's good.
He is.
There's no doubt about that.
Problem is he hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Yeah, he's been to a couple of Super Bowls. He's been to, multiple NFC Championship games. So I like the kid. But
yeah, I do too.
Yeah, we'll keep going next week, folks. And you want us to talk about anything, throw it in the chat. We always love that. And join us tomorrow night for a Pittsburgh only show. So Al on the Prowl tomorrow night, 8:00, Pittsburgh only show. So you'll like that. Thank you all for visiting us. We love our new time slot. It's amazing. I don't know why we didn't do it in the first place. Maybe we're just crazy, but I love it. All right. Lights up, buttons. Thank y'all.